Hello. So this is the game Watch Dogs 2. It is a game set in the San Francisco Bay Area. It came out in 2016. There have been 3 Watch Dogs games since. I thought this would be a fun one to do because I grew up in the Bay Area. And there are just virtual things that in the game itself that really depict the Bay Area, and I think it's kind of fun to do kind of a virtual tour while I kind of showcase the game. A little cheaper than flying out there, but there are actual there are actual destinations in the game that are based in things that actually exist in the Bay Area, actual landmarks. So let's see. I am currently in. I'm going to go ahead and show the map first, what we're looking at here. So we've got 3 areas in the game. I grew up in Silicon Valley. So that includes Stanford University and a bunch of other places. Another part of the game is Oakland. Got some places over in Oakland. We've got, of course, the biggest part of the game is San Francisco. This is all San Francisco in the game. And then there's Marin County. There's a little bit of that up in here. So currently I am... Where am I? I'm somewhere in I think I'm in San Francisco. Where am I? Hang on. Yes. So where we're starting here is... This is the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. Doesn't look like we can actually go in there, but one of the interesting things about this game is it's a game where you're basically a hacker. So you can see, like, you can actually say, like, you can hack into the cameras and take a look at what is around. So you can actually jump around and go between cameras and and part of the hacking is you can see what other the people in the universe do. So this guy, for example, volunteers as an online moderator, making an insane amount of money as an investor. Frequent complaint calls to the city as a sculptor. We've got someone who is an infertile construction coordinator. Recent mugging victim. So you can actually hack their phones and do interesting things. But these are just innocent NPCs, so I'm not going to do anything specifically. Let's go ahead and kind of move around a little bit. I'm going to go and hack this car, which I think I'd already hacked, but we've got some music for a certain classical music friend here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start off by going to Noodle Park, which is actually a real-life AT&T Park, which is the San Francisco Giants stadium for their baseball team. I've been to that stadium twice, I think. It's a really nice stadium. Let's go ahead and drive over there. It's generally just off the Caltrain into San Francisco. I'd go take an hour train up there to go to a game. This is a Mozart song. Okay, so there's actually a photo of me somewhere in the universe right here. I think I was in front of this statue. But this is AT&T Park. There usually are a bunch of people like that are kind of around. I don't know if... I'm trying to think if there was a run button here. Well... But this is kind of a little shop area at this baseball park. But one thing that's really cool about this... Oh yeah, it is Oracle Park now. Yes, that's correct. They did change the name recently. Hey, how are you? I went to some games here. And it's right next to the San Francisco Bay. So that's... And you can actually walk back here. The Beatrix is really supposed to be the San Francisco Giants logo. Looks like it's armed. Can do something fun here. Okay. But right out here is the bay, and that's really kind of a nice thing. So in the stadium itself, you go to a game, and if you're positioned behind home plate, or in kind of that vicinity, behind the infield portion, you can actually see the bay. And, you know, there have been a few home runs here and there over the years that have gone out into the actual San Francisco Bay. They were mainly because of Barry Bonds using steroids. But, yeah, I mean, there really are people like that are going to be fishing and doing that. I don't think it's actually possible to go into the ballpark in this game, but it is kind of a fun thing. This guy sleeps under a bridge, apparently. Poor guy. Okay, so there's a secure area here. Maybe we mess around with it a little bit because it's a secure area. So you can actually hack into various things and cause issues. So I've called in a gang to attack that security member. Let's see what happens. I found your traitor, so I've reported a traitor. Looks like a pretty bad fight. There's some dogs involved. There's some gang activity. Looks like the San Francisco, or actually the Beatrix, I should say, have gotten themselves in a little bit of a fight. There's one of the attack dogs around. So they're still trying to defend, but it looks like a few guys got taken out. So at this point, I better get out of here because there's actually an online attacker that got me stealing my data, but I don't think I'm going to find this person easily. Someone actually went, an online player actually went and attacked me, taking my data. I probably should figure out who it is. I wasn't really paying close attention. I don't know where the guy is. I think I'm just going to have it stolen, unfortunately. I figured it was probably that guy. Oh man, I'm just missing. Okay, so I neutralized the attacker. So someone actually tried to hack into my system. I ended up taking the guy out. Alright, okay, we're going back to the entrance. I don't think, oh, my car's still there. So that is not a typical day at Oracle Park, but otherwise it looks like Oracle Park. I'm gonna go back in my car. The anti-hack forum does require guns. Let's go ahead and switch the music to something else. Hey, where was it? I swear this was like a place to change it, but alright, well, we're sticking with classical music for now because I can't figure it out. So, next up, we're gonna go up to... We're gonna go all the way up the Embarcadero. It's a pretty well-known street. In San Francisco, we're going to go all the way up. We're going to take this all the way. Let me see if I'm missing anything while I point that out. Gonna go all the way up to northeast San Francisco. Let's go all the way up to Pier 39. So we are kind of next to the bay. There are tons of buildings like this on this that are kind of a lookout into the bay. So the bay is to our right. And above here is the Bay Bridge between San Francisco and Oakland. I'll try to show that later. But it is part of I-80, which goes all the way out east pretty far. I-80 is an interstate that goes all the way out to the East Coast. I think somewhere like near New Jersey or New York or something. Goes across the country. So it's one of the, like, San Francisco is one of the oldest cities actually in the country, despite the fact that it's on the West Coast. There are tons of one-way streets. This being one of the few streets near kind of the downtown area that's not one-way. Usually pretty crowded street these days in downtown San Francisco. Really, San Francisco generally, it's hard to find parking. So that part they did not feature completely, so you could actually park at the game, but Pier 39 is actually a really interesting place with a lot of... So actually it's kind of interesting when Pokemon Go came out in 2016, because Pier 39 was one of the few Dratini spots, known Dratini spots in the entire country. And it has lots of shops. I mean, there's, you know, really good seafood, as you might expect in this area. But, you know, the actual walk, you know, is it's a little like this, actually. You know, you go and you can get, you go into places like that and get seafood, or, you know, you can get good clam chowder in the area. But there were Dratinis and Dragonairs to catch in Pokemon Go at the time, and it was like a really exciting place to go beyond the fact that you could just go on and see the fairies. Tons of people, just completely crowded, tons of shops. Oh, so the thing in the game you can do is you can literally steal money. So, for example, this guy filed a stolen property report. What if I steal money from him using the hack? I went ahead and wired $47 to myself. The other thing you could do with people in the game is you can actually call in police or gangs. Frequents hacker sites. So, okay, let's find that. Where is that person? Long distance relationship. Sets photos on invite to private. Works barb during fetish events. Expired health insurance. Cancer survivor. Passport flag. So let's say we call this in, we call in the police on this guy.
Squad, we have reports of a suspected terrorist near your location. Sending visual now.
I've called in, this NPC is now a suspected terrorist.
Stay right there! You're under arrest! Oh! Don't! You're making this worse! I need you to come with me to answer some questions. Oh my god! You have the right to remain silent. Oh! Let's get a shot at this! Oh yeah. Posterity time!
What's happening? Oh, there's a shadow over there. No, clear away. That's it.
Well, looks like he's had a bad day. That's unfortunate. Okay, so
What happened?
let's go ahead and keep going. So really, a lot of these, it really does look like this, and I think they did a good job of portraying Pier 39 here. I think I had like a dozen Dratinis and maybe like 2 Dragonairs the last time I went for Pokemon Go, and just lots of Pokestops. Very good place to play in San Francisco generally, if you play any Pokemon Go there. Oh, what's going on here?
What's up, dog?
Alright, so I am actually going to do a fast travel here because I want to show Alcatraz. Alcatraz is this okay, so San Francisco, Oakland. This is actually kind of the northwest section of Silicon Valley at this point. There are 2 islands in the Bay Area, kind of near San Francisco. One is Yerba Buena Island, which is this not very, I think a few people live there, but not that many. It's off of the Bay Bridge. And then there's Alcatraz. Now, that's a really interesting island because Alcatraz, as you can see here, was an infamous prison known for being nearly impossible to escape, featured prominently in many movies. Surrounded by treacherous currents, people tried to escape, over the decades. Never was particularly successful. So it's kind of a ferry ride away from here. So I went there when I was a kid. I was probably, I don't know, like 12 or something. But I'm going to go ahead and just fast travel over there so I can show that. Young YoyoYoshi, indeed. Indeed. So we're taking the ferry. We're now on Alcatraz. There's actually an interesting mission that happens here. But once you're over here, this is Alcatraz. Let me see if I can get in. It's been a while. Let's see. Oh, you can hack. Oh, so you can hack other things too. So you can hack, for example, the gas pipe here. So I just caused a gas pipe explosion. The religious conservative is just really looking at it, admiring the flames. What is this?
Hi there. Can you tell me a little about the island?
Well, of course, young man. What would you like to know?
Is this place covered by CTOS?
It was installed very recently, but yes. Are you sure you don't want to know about the history of this amazing cultural landmark instead?
I've got the pocket guide, thanks.
A camp experience is no substitute for the real thing.
Yeah, you're right about that.
What the hell?
Staying in room share. HR manager. Let's take some money. $79. Little League coach. So let's actually head into the little museum place we have around the actual prison. Let's see if I can go into one of the cells. I remember I had a big fight inside here at one point, and I had to escape. So I actually have one of my childhood photos where I took a picture of myself at one of these cell doors. So pretty interesting stuff. You can hack in to open or close security doors as well. I don't remember there was this epic fight I had in here that I don't have any video of, but it was pretty exciting in one of the missions. But this is Alcatraz. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and return back to Pier 39. I lived an hour out of San Francisco, so it was kind of a yearly trip thing. It wasn't like something I went to all the time, but San Francisco was an roughly annual trip. Alright, so we are back over here. No, I think my vehicle probably got taken. I don't know that it's here anymore. So let me see if I can find anything remotely interesting to take. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We've got Fisherman's Wharf, which is kind of interesting too, like Pier 39, but maybe a little less interesting. Let's head over to... Let's head down a little bit. Let's go to Lombard Street. Certainly one of the interesting parts of San Francisco. I mean, well known for a very, very crooked street that just ended up getting designed, what, a century ago or whatnot.
911, what is your emergency?
So the other thing you can do is stop cars. Like, for example, I hacked a stop car there.
We have your location. Police are on the way.
So I am able to maneuver certain things. So I just had the car like drive into the building right there. You can hack traffic lights as well. You can hack various things in the game. What is the... What is this hack?
That's one down.
Hack the rigged payphones. Okay, so there are a few. So that's one of the events that I haven't done yet. So we're pretty close to Lombard Street now. I just need to figure out a good way to take it down. I'm just going to ignore the other events. But this is Lombard Street. It is very, very needlessly crooked street that ends up being a historical landmark because of how crazy it is. But as you kind of look up, that's kind of the view of Lombard Street. I'm going to go ahead now and go down to... Let's go back a little bit, head to Chinatown. Chinatown, it is one of the biggest, it may be the biggest Chinatown in North America. Here I know it's not going to be shown quite as big because it's a game, but did not kill anyone, which is good. So this is kind of like the Chinatown Square, which is kind of a nice place. I believe I actually got like coffee or tea in one of these places over here. Not at the fine arts place, but there was, I believe, I'm trying to remember if I actually got dim sum at this restaurant, but I may have, but I think this was the place I actually went into the last time I went to Chinatown. But as you can see, there are quite a few shops. This is kind of a really nice area. People will come over here and just play games.
Dude, what the hell are you doing?
Okay, what's going on in the game? What is this? Neutralize the target. What just happened? What is going on? My car's stuck too. Union security, you many. Okay, what is going on? Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna.
Guys, contractor's on his way. Repeat, contractor needs some room.
Neutralize target.
Hands in the air! Don't move!
I don't think I can catch up. That was the scenic route. Over. The police are... Okay, so there's some major fight going on right now. This car cannot maneuver. I'm just going in circles. I can't catch up because like I probably destroyed this car already. Can I catch up? I'm getting closer. Actually, no, I'm not getting closer. Maybe a little closer. Not sure if I can neutralize it or not. Cable car. San Francisco has those. Oh, darn. I slowed down the car for a while there. I stopped it. Alright, I gotta go! Run!
Alright, we're gonna circle back and see if we can pick him up.
We got a police chase here. This may not go well for me. This is not like a good place to be because I'm like I'm stuck in this area. So there's a diagonal street in San Francisco. I'm blanking on the name, but this is... Oh, I think it's Market Street. This is Market Street. So we're getting closer to the Golden Gate Bridge by accident. Oh, no. Dad. Alright, so I'm being revived at the moment. Alright, so where were we before some shenanigans? So I want to actually go back down first before I head to the bridge. But we're going to go... So that was Chinatown. There's also Japantown, which has pretty good food options. Let me see if I can at least head back that direction, because there's some interesting things there.
Clothes are a blank canvas for you to tell your story. You build up a relationship with a pair of jeans.
Let's take someone's car, because this is an open world game, and head over there. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay, so in the meantime, we're gonna head over to Japantown. So this is Japantown. And kind of interesting area with some good food options and whatnot. Had to plug in my laptop because it was not charging. Ooh, ramen place. Another ramen place, because it's Japantown, right? Kind of your classic restaurants. Comic book collector. Probably has lots of money. Oh, programmer. I'll just take some. Oh, botnet recharge. Darn. Okay. So I'm gonna keep going down. We will now head down to... or rather head up to Twin Peaks, which is kind of a... These are these hills in San Francisco where you get to kind of have a full view of the city. There was also a little park there going up to it, which is kind of neat. I remember it was one of the parks I went to back in, I think it was 2010, and I took pictures of because apparently they have GPS tracking devices on their plants, and then they put a sign on there like, basically don't take these plants because they're tracked by GPS. So you can't just hack all the time in this game. That's the recharge. You have to wait for it to fully recharge before you can actually go and do it again. You can't just... It's like PP in an RPG game or something. So we're gonna go up Mission or Twin Peaks. Mission Peak is a mountain that's actually on the East Bay side. I'm gonna try to drive up right now. Little hilly up, but this is basically the way to kind of see San Francisco from above. That motorcyclist had it coming, right? It's okay, so we're going up, going up. We're basically up there right now. But if you kind of take a view, it's kind of a nice view from various angles. Let me see if I can get a better angle, because that's looking south a little bit. What is that? West? And then there's also going up for a north view is what we want. May have been here. So really, really nice view of the area. You kind of see all the skyscrapers in downtown San Francisco. And if you keep looking kind of to the more to the northwest, you see the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, a systems analyst who is a nudist. Interesting. So my car has been completely destroyed. So let's go out and take a look at the Pacific Ocean on the way back up. Gonna head north now. We've been going kind of southwest. Gonna head all the way back down now. So a lot more kind of trees and forest type atmosphere out on the west side of San Francisco, as opposed to the fairly urbanized east side of San Francisco. So we're heading onto what is basically the #1 freeway, which is the Pacific Coast Highway, which also goes through San Francisco. I mean, it runs the coastline. They don't call it one here, but... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I put the wrong... Okay, I see what I did there. So I'm going to go up now. We're going to go through the beach area, and then we're going to take a visit to... I'm trying to think of a good way to do this. Let's go to like here or something. Maybe. We're going to take a... we're going to go through Golden Gate Park, which is really a cool place. I did one of my high school cross-country races in Golden Gate Park, so really cool place to run. Really cool place generally to even walk around and drive through. Bunch of these types of streets are pretty indicative of Western San Francisco. Along with all the uphill and downhill, it's even more extreme, frankly, in parts of San Francisco, where it's like a hike to just walk street by street. So this is Golden Gate Park. It's really nice, you know, definitely the biggest park in San Francisco. It's like the Central Park, to use a New York kind of analogy. So there's a bit of off-roading, which was possible to make it into a cross-country track. But I'm just driving through generally. I don't remember exactly where I ran, but there's definitely a lot of that here. In the meantime, we're going to go all the way up to Fort Point. Really cool place. Next to the Golden Gate Bridge. As we go through Golden Gate Park and try not to run everyone over while driving very fast through a park. Need to pick up a better car. This car is toast. Alright, how about this car? This car looks nicer. So I hack into the car. I don't even need to do anything. No one notices. I've taken an antique coin from the glove box. Seems like it might be worth a little bit of money. I may have just blown something up randomly and killed myself blowing that thing up randomly. Seems like a good time to take a brief break in any case, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just 30 seconds. Alright, I'm back. And what we have here is, I need to get another vehicle because I blew up my last one. Still going towards Fort Point. We're still in San Francisco. These cars are not particularly interesting vehicles, but maybe I'll just take this one. So I'm going to go... Alright, so I gotta not get caught on the way to the Golden Gate Bridge as we drive closer to the Golden Gate Bridge here. Need to escape. I'm gonna go ahead and escape here. Hopefully. It won't find me if I'm here, right? I know here. Okay, I don't even know where they are. So I guess I will just keep driving. The police seem thoroughly confused where I am, so I'm just gonna try to hop my way back up. Okay, they're coming. They're coming! Did they find me? No, they're confused. Okay, so right underneath the Golden Gate Bridge is some place called Fort Point, and it's really kind of a nice view of the Golden Gate Bridge. The bridges in the Bay Area are toll bridges, so you do actually have to pay a toll fee for maintenance of everything. I'm gonna park in the middle like this because who needs parking spots? And let's see if we can actually... There is a way into this place. It's Fort Point right underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Very cool. There's a way in. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, what's this? Hack to open or close electronic door. Doesn't look like I have what it takes to do it though. We're right underneath the bridge. I swear there was a way in. I'm trying to remember what the way is. Oh, R2 is climbing this. I'm still thinking of GTA controls where it is not that. It is square rather than R2. There was a way in. Is this the way in? Maybe this is the way in. Okay. So there's a little area here. Try to go up a little bit. Really nice view here now. Very close to the bridge. Kind of see the Pacific Ocean in that direction. Wait, am I facing the right direction? One of them's the ocean, one of them's the bay. But we're basically right under the bridge here, which is nice view. I'm going to go back down and I'm going to actually go over the Golden Gate Bridge and head over to the North Bay, which is Marin County.
I don't really buy that kind of shit.
You should. It's mind-blowing how accurate it is. It says you have chronic intestinal trouble.
So you can hack into conversations and listen to them, as you may have noticed. Again, part of the fun of this game. Go ahead and take the car. We're going to go ahead and get up to the Golden Gate Bridge this time and cross over to here. Let's say here. North of San Francisco is where we start seeing some redwoods. I don't know that they were part of this game. I think you have to go a little further. So the police vehicles have forgotten who I was, so they're not tracking me anymore. Golden Gate Park, Golden Gate Bridge. So we're going to go towards Marin now. Foggy San Francisco. Of course, you can't see a whole lot when you're on the bridge because it's San Francisco. Going on the Golden Gate Bridge now. And taking it up. Golden Gate Bridge, of course, was something, you know, that came out of the New Deal. Franklin Roosevelt was the president when I think it may actually have been Herbert Hoover even before. But it was in that time frame in the 1930s when the Golden Gate Bridge was built. And it's still one of the most iconic bridges really in the world. Now we're in Marin. I wouldn't say that there's a ton of interesting stuff here. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to actually take it all the way down to, we're going to take another bridge and then go all the way to Port of Oakland. One of my friends currently lives in the North Bay, so I have gone up there a few times in the last 5 years. As he's currently a public defender up in Sonoma County, which is north of here. This is Marin. Yeah, I guess you see some taller trees here as we go up a bit in elevation. The bay is, of course, down there, and you can kind of see San Francisco in the distance. And so I'm going to drive over to the Richmond Bridge. There are multiple toll bridges across the bay. The Golden Gate Bridge is the most famous, as I mentioned, but there are some other pretty interesting bridges too. Guys, don't drive over the speed limit or else that happens. I'm going to take the on-ramp onto the San Rafael Bridge. I've taken this, I think, 2 or 3 times. This bridge takes people from the North Bay to Oakland and vice versa. Another toll bridge. A bridge up in the North Bay part. But as you can see, double-decker bridges are a bit of a thing in the Bay Area. Not on the Golden Gate Bridge, but there's one above the other here. And This actually caused problems during the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, the big earthquake in the Bay Area, when I was 1 year old, because the part of the Bay Bridge literally collapsed on another, you know, the upper deck fell on the lower deck, which actually caused a lot of, caused tragedy when that occurred. And it's since been refitted so that it's not, like, it's a lot sturdier and a lot better now. So we were gonna go in Oakland, heading towards. Okay, what are you doing, car? What? Okay, well. Oh, he ran off from his own car. Maybe I should just. Okay, this is actually an interesting pileup.
Got something to say? Huh? Dumbass! What a fucking shit sandwich you want? Get your special motherfucker? Yeah.
Squad, we have reports of a suspected terrorist near your location. Sending visual now.
Dude! Shoot him out! That guy, wait! Hey, screw you, too! No!
Police! Hands where I can see him!
What do you want?
I need you to come with me to answer some questions.
Wasn't me.
That's what you get.
Anything you say, baby, just against.
Fuck that. That's... Wow.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. What an interesting turn of events. I'm gonna go ahead and drive off now. We are now in Oakland, and it is apparently a foggy day suddenly. Did I take the wrong exit? I think I took the wrong exit. Darn. Okay. Well, we're gonna do it the video game way of going backwards to try to go back to the exit. Takes hours to drink 1 cup of coffee. The more you learn. Port of Oakland. Here we are. I'm just gonna drive a little in this area. This is a big port in the Bay Area. Big commercial port with a lot of goods that come in from really across the world. But certainly across the ocean. Trading with, you know, countries in Asia and whatnot. The other thing I want to really show in this area, you know what? Let's go to the Oakland Superior Court. It's a branch of the California Superior Court with jurisdiction over Oakland and rest of the Alameda County. You know, really the place you... this is really the biggest landmark in all of Northern California is the Superior Court. That's really where all the action happens. Look at this Superior Court. Look at this. Incredible building, is it not? Like, things even happen there, like court. So the other place that is kind of worth going to check out is what they call Bloom Arena in the game, but it's not. It is actually the former Oracle Arena, and that is where the Golden State Warriors would play games. I went to a few games up there. Can I crash into the Superior Court? Probably, but I'm not going to do it because that would just be mean. And I don't do any mean things in this game. So Oracle Arena basically is off the stadium. You can see that it is the Oakland Olones, which is really just the Golden State Warriors. At the time, they were in Oakland. You can get season tickets. They're now available between what appears to be a Golden State Warriors jersey on the left and a Laker type jersey on the possibly. But it is a very big, there's a lot of parking space next to it. It's next to the Oakland Coliseum, which houses the Oakland A's as well. So I'm just going to kind of drive around it a little bit here. I went to, I think, 2 games in this arena. And kind of nearby, they held the NBA All-Star Weekend when I went as a kid in 2000, I believe. Pretty cool stadium. Hey, thanks for the raid. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining. So I'm going to go out now. And we'll go ahead and probably go down to Silicon Valley at this. Oh yeah, I want to take the Bay Bridge on the way down. Kidding. Show that. So we will actually go and drive all the way back towards AT&T Park. Thanks, man. Alright, so I'm going to go and show the Bay Bridge. It is the bridge from Oakland back to San Francisco. And it is a very well-traveled bridge because many people will live in the East Bay and then work in San Francisco. There's some the other way as well, but not quite as much. So we'll go ahead and take it all the way to I-80, which this should be the entrance to. Expedite truck. Only... Yes, I did in fact kill an NPC. That is very true. Probably multiple at this point. So we're going to take the Bay Bridge, another toll bridge. This is one of the double-decker bridges I mentioned. Treasure Island is always something I saw on a map but never went to. Not innocent, very threatening person. You saw that. Very threatening, very aggressive. Totally deserved it. So therefore definitely a terrorist. So this, I believe, is Yerba Buena Island. Gonna take it all the way over to... So this is... I think this is the upper deck. The lower deck may have been the one that's eastbound. This is westbound. So I think this must be the upper deck. And we're back to San Francisco. And I'm going to actually mark that differently now and go towards, because we're going to keep going. We're going to go down all the way to Palo Alto. Heart of Silicon Valley, affluent area with housing prices easily over the million mark. At this point, way, way over the million mark. It is also the home of Stanford University. Yeah, I didn't run into the courthouse. That is me showing my niceness. So we're going to take what is effectively the, this is 101. Freeway 101 takes us all the way down to, it's kind of runs off on the east side of the peninsula on the way down to Silicon Valley. Which in this case is actually going to be part of Alameda County. Or not Alameda County, San Mateo County. And rather than Santa Clara County, although Palo Alto. So we're going to take this out to Palo Alto, which is Santa Clara County, where I grew up. About 20 minutes out from where I... maybe like 25 minutes. Well, maybe more like half an hour. But has kind of that Palo Alto feel to it in terms of what's around. Let me see if there's anything interesting I can show here. I just put that as a random place with a GPS. Let's actually go out to Stanford University. One of the places my dad always wanted me to attend. I actually spent a summer between high school junior year and senior year going to the Junior Statesman of America summer school there. So I spent a month living at Stanford. One of the iconic buildings you can kind of see here in the courtyard area. Should actually drive a little closer, I think. So it was one of those things, you know, I went to UCLA for college and went to school again afterwards at the University of Arizona. The first Pac-12 school I really went to was Stanford. Take a quick look around here. Critical allergy to peanuts. That's unfortunate. Recently fitted for hearing aid. That's also unfortunate. So, I went to Stanford for a... Am I a master? Probably not. Donated kidney. Geez, these, mountain biking enthusiast. So very much, this is very much the architecture of Stanford, so I think they did a pretty good job with it. Yeah, she does use her fake authority on me, so that's probably true. Enrolled in culinary classes. Overheat opportunity detected. So this is kind of interesting. That means the phone's about to overheat and this could cause problems. Want to see what happens? The phone is overheating. It looks like it took out this person who is down. That's unfortunate. How could that have been avoided? So you can actually read people's texts. No way the shuffler thing is real. No, but somebody took those kids. You don't think they're just hiding somewhere? No way, it's been too long. They would have cashed in. Maybe they're doing it for art. And if so, they need to go back to art school. Okay. So, interesting things you can always do with the environment, with the NPC. This was definitely part of Stanford. I can't recall exactly where. Former military officer. Hutton Shufflers. Yes, so addicted. It's stupid, I know. I read he likes intersections, cracks, tunnels, and grids. In a lot of the old tales, he walks the train tracks. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know, you're the Shuffler Hunter. And now I need to find my car because I lost it. Or I could take someone else's. I parked it somewhere here, didn't I? Maybe a little further. There's a random car there. Oh, I can... Noodle is like the IT company in the game. I could literally just take one of them. But maybe... You can take a bus. So we'll actually go to the Noodle. Really, I'm going to take this car? Fine. Like, not the best car to take at all. In fact, probably the worst car I could possibly take in the area. So Noodle is supposed to be kind of a... an example of like a company in Mountain View. Alright, I already destroyed this car. It was never good to begin with. Track my location? Well, that's not good. Alright, so I'm gonna go towards generic IT company in the Bay Area. Jarls? Let's read everyone's texts. Buried one of the Shuffler 4. I actually did not mean to do that, but we have found, the gang has found its traitor, so I'm just gonna hide here. Behind this trash can, which no one will ever see me now. That bicyclist certainly was in the way. Well, that seems tragic. Whoa. Should I take this guy out? Alright, so this is Noodle, which is, of course, very much what millennials think millennials like. With colors, lots of colors. Imagine if you were like at the firm and you just had, you know, a slide you could go down whenever you were stressed. So one of my friends works for one of these kind of companies. Well, the last time I visited, he was at a different place, but what's kind of interesting is like they have their own cafeteria. Like they basically get lunches covered, but of course, it's because they expect people to work long hours. So but it's still kind of a nice thing, and it actually was a pretty nice cafeteria too. The company was actually called Box, which is a competitor to Dropbox. Alright, I can hack into the bot. Hey, it attacked me! Rude! What's it doing? What? Is the bot just like doing... I think the bot's just like running people over. I think the bot just like ran like 5 people over. So... probably dead. Probably dead. Probably doesn't need the $41 I'm gonna wire. Another $55. Oh, well, that's pretty tragic. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to show in particular in this world. I think that's mostly it. There is kind of a, they call it a salt farm, but it's kind of an interesting area. With the water, I'll kind of go that way as well. I think I need to get another vehicle though. Look at how happy this robot is. Took some money again. I think Noodle is kind of like a text message of sorts. Might be like a WhatsApp or something. I'm not totally sure what it's meant to be. Looks like we do have a few vehicles here. I'm going to take this little vehicle. Actually, I've been in one of these vehicles before. One of the attorneys I work with when I was an intern had like, she had one of these like tiny vehicles and would drive them everywhere. Where you can only really have 2 people in it. It's tiny car. So kind of on the side here is really kind of interesting area. Generally you don't really drive through it, but it's just kind of unique. I don't really even know how to describe this marsh area. But near the bay there's a bunch of places like this right next to the bay. I think for this game, I have shown kind of everywhere I wanted to show. There's a New Dawn Temple, which is kind of this religious cult in the game, which might be worth showing as well. But they did add a few things that were not quite, you know, geographical, just to kind of add a little flair to the game. So I think I'll actually go up to the New Dawn Temple because it's kind of a quirky place, even though it's not really, not that I'm aware of. I don't think that's a real thing in the Bay Area. Going off-roading. Now how do I get back over there? So that's, the green player is actually another player in the same world. What are they trying to do to me though? They're following me, but why? So that's just another online player. Do not hurt DedSec allies. Oops, I think I ran someone over. Seems like people are unhappy when that happens. Alright, we are at the cult. It is armed, as you might expect.
Only registered operatives are allowed beyond this point. Keep it moving.
Dispatch to squad. CTOS has identified a murder suspect near your location. Move to arrest. Over.
You're back! You're back! The robot killings were lethal. I think it took out like 5 people. That guy's wanted for murder. I'm sure it probably actually happened. This is the religious cult. We are invading an area with religious cults. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can take some people out here. Can we burn it down? It's not that simple. I'm trying to see if there... Okay, there are some people here. Oh, darn. I just kind of wanted to watch. I wasn't looking to fight. Alright, I think that's kind of a good place to wrap the stream up.